Welcome back, gang, to another episode of Run Your Mouth Podcast. Before we get started in today's video, we want you guys to go and subscribe to the YouTube channel Run Your Mouth Podcast. All right, hit that notification bell so you can know when new content has dropped. Also, go and like us on all social media platforms, whether that be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok. All right, and today's episode, we ain't wasting no time. How to know when a woman is not interested in you. All right, fellas. Ladies have a way of expressing things, right? What they like and don't like, what they feel and how they don't feel. And most of these things, because they can be so cunning, right? And so manipulative that these things could be hidden very well. However, some of these things they cannot. These are very obvious, no matter how manipulative she could be or try to hide these things. These would be like the inevitable, okay? So pay attention, and here we go. Number one, in the waves of knowing when a woman is not interested in you. She never initiates contact, whether that be physical or verbally. All right? This shouldn't be no shocker to you guys, because women, if they're into you, they like to be in your space. You know what I'm saying? They like to be up under you, in your space. They want to hear from you. They want to talk to you. They want to tell you about their day. They want to hear about yours. They want to tell you that they bought new pumps, or this purse they bought, this trip they're planning. And if you're the guy that they deem that they like, they want you to know. Hey, if you're the guy they really like, they even probably planning on asking you to go along these said trips and want to buy these things and wear them for you. Fellas, if you don't hear none of this stuff, and you don't see none of this stuff, she's not interested. Flat out. To even have a woman who wants to initiate contact with you, she at least have to have the very bare minimum of attraction, to even want to entertain you. And that has to start at least she has to see you as a 5 or 6. She at least has to see you, that she at least has to have the minimum amount of requirement to just to entertain the thought of even, you and her becoming an item or whatever possibility that she can conjure up in her head, right? That's number one. Yeah. And yeah, that's you. So be on the lookout for that, fellas. Don't be fooled. Don't think it's a trick. She's being manipulative. If she don't do these things, she flat out is not interested. She don't like it. Number two, if you happen to be one of those guys who gets her number and you meet her minimum retraction requirement, right? She would share her phone number with you. However, if you still ain't higher up on her attraction chart, or what she deems to be real attractive to her, like really get her juices flowing and whatnot, when you do contact her or call or text, fellas, she definitely takes a long time to respond back. And the reason being, she don't see, by you being a guy who you are, the urgency of, I have to get back to this guy, because she doesn't view you like that. All right? This is totally different from number one. She won't do none of that. Number two, she will do it, but she'll take her time about doing it. You know why? Because she doesn't care about you no way, sir. You're not that dude to her. You just don't do it for her. You're not that guy. All right? But she'll keep you around now. For possibility of her using the shit out you, she'll keep you around. Okay, let's not forget that. Women rarely just throw everything away. They'll savage something. All right, whether if it's a meal, a date, or something, she'll do that shit. Now let's Let's not be foolish. Let's think here. All right, moving right along. Speaking of which, to know when a woman is not interested in you, you could never get on a date. Now, she may give you her phone number. She may text you every now and then. You may entertain a verbal conversation with her, very minimum, but you will never get out on a date. Oh no 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 no. You see, you have some women that use men for dates and don't like them, but still allow themselves to go out on a date and be seen with you out in public, right? They'll use you for that. Then you have some who the ones who actually we prefer, hey, if you don't like us, don't send us down the rabbit hole. Give us your contact information, and giving men's false sense of hope that we could get with you. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time you never have any plans on doing anything with us, talking to us, texting us, going out on a date with us, hell, even thinking about us for that matter. These the women that we actually prefer. But but sometimes I get it, because men, sometimes men don't know how to take rejection. And so if a woman tell him no, he trying to go upside a goddamn head and, call all names and shit like that. And some women just don't feel like they need to be subjected to that kind of shit. So sometimes I get it, which is, the reason for giving out the phone number and having no intentions on ever fucking contacting you or get in touch with you, right? Even if you call and she don't remember you and she find out who you are, block your ass, block. All right, moving on. Number 4. If you happen to get her number and she's not that interested in you, right, for the fear of you going upside her damn head, it always feels like it's a transaction, right? So the conversation would go something like this. Hey, yeah, we can go out tonight, but I got to have this. Yeah, I'll go on that trip with you, but I have to have this. Yeah, me and you can hang out and go to this place. This is to this concert, but you got to do this for me. So it don't never feel like it's reciprocated on both ends. She's only doing that to entertain what it is that you could do for her, and she'll let you know the specifics. She won't agree to just going out having fun, right? Going out on a trip, going out to eat, and just to enjoy you and your company. No, what she is saying emphatically is the opposite. For me to be seen with you, for me to enjoy your company, for me to risk people seeing me in a different light, it's gonna cost you, sir. That's right. You either gonna buy me something, you're gonna buy me a dress, you're gonna give me something. Oh, and here's the tricker. You ain't getting shit in return, right? No kiss. You definitely ain't getting no ass, and you probably won't get another date, because if she see how your mood is for her asking for the things that she wants you to get for her, when you guys do go out, and that's going to be every time, by the way, right? She's going to have something from you every time you guys attempt to go out. And she know that most men ain't gonna really put up with that all the time. They want to do that. So that might be your first and last fucking date, but it's gonna be very transactional, right? You do this for me, then I'll do this for you. Everything but except fucking. You ain't getting no ass, fellas. I want to share that with you. Okay. She never asked how your day was or how you doing. You know why, fellas? Because they don't give a. Some of them don't give a fuck. This particular woman right here, she don't give a fuck. Not knowing if she's smart, she would ask these things, right? Because you can't be a total asshole, lady, and then want to turn around and ask something of a man to give you, and you want him to give it freely without expecting anything, right? That's crazy. However, this is the mind of some of the women today. I said some, cause I know how you are. It's some, okay, not all. It's some that thinks like this and think they could do and say whatever and get whatever out of you without having to do a damn thing. Trust me, they are out here, fellas. Okay. Um, Number 7, she gives very little effort, if any. That's the whole telltale sign out of all this shit, fellas. If you invite a lady out, or first of all, if you approach her and you want to get to know her, watch her body language, watch her effort. Why to look and see, does she look at you like you're bothering her, right? And if you happen to get the number, what is she doing to ensure that you guys could go out and have a good time, right? All right. So if she's reaching out, all this shit is tied to effort, you guys. You gotta have, a woman has to show you effort in order for it to feel like it could be something. But some of these women are so fucking cold, and they can give a damn about how you feel, as I've already said. It don't make them no never mind. If you do it, if you don't. All right? But they're not going above the minimum amount. So here's the minimum. Some of them would want to do this, but want to gain all this. And this how disillusioned some of these women are, right? This is how they operate. Most of them operate just like they think like this, because society has put so much value on the woman and so less value of the man that it really screams to you as the individual who wants to get with said lady or the girl, right? And want to have these things with her. And the way that she sees all this validation online, all these likes on her picture, heart eye emojis, and, you know, thirst trapping, she could give a fuck about what you think, sir. So her effort, if any, would be very fucking minimal, right? Very minimal, right? So it's all telling in the effort. If she goes above that, and she you know, reaches out to you, she asks you how your day going, and, you know, hey, how you doing? What's going on in your life? You know, if she asks you a question like this, yo, that's a bit of a progress. That's good, fellas, right? But still be careful, but that's good. So that's a sign that, you know, she could be, right, showing you that she has at least a little effort. All right. Her appearance is not up to par. This is also telling, fellas. Ladies are some of the most detail-oriented creatures it is. When they do their hair, down to the way they dress, down to the shoes, down to the pattern, down to the way they smell, and how they present themselves. Women love to look their best, especially if it's for a guy that they're really into. All right? So, fellas, if you happen to have a date, you're fortunate enough to go on a date with a said female, right? And she walks in and she has on a fucking jogging suit and some fucking tennis shoes, and this the first date, by the way. You know, if you go to 3 or 4 dates and y'all done did all that, what's your name, then, you know, you're familiar with one another. Now you can relax. But, you know, your first encounter, your first impression of her should be like, you know, damn, she looks stunning. Like, you know, whatever it is she got on. But if you can see that her hair ain't put together, she got a fucking ponytail, her clothes wrinkled, and she called this a date, and she out on a date with you, whether if it's the first or the fucking fifth, right? Her appearance ain't up to par, man. She not interested, man. What she's still interested though is, you know, you those free dinner dates. Oh yeah, yeah. Them free dinner dates, the motherfucking validations you give her, right? You like those pictures and shit on her IG and the TikTok. You all in the comments, hey beautiful, Oh, you looking good at that. Oh, nah, she gonna never be short on those shit. She wants you to continue to do that shit. But to be all uh, in your close space and look like, you know what I'm saying, looking like she freshly put together and showered, you know what I'm saying, really washed her ass good. Nah, you ain't gonna get that, sir. If she's not interested in you, you won't get that. You get the bare minimum. All right, you'll get less than the bare minimum. Hey, I'll be surprised she don't come in that motherfucker with pajamas on, right? If it's you. You know, sometimes you could be so fucking disrespectful, yo. All right, moving right along. She doesn't speak with concern for you, i.e., she doesn't give a fuck. You could be like, hey, man, the day was wild. I was almost in a car accident. It semi-tractor trailer almost ran me off the road. And she might respond some shit like that. Yeah, so what we eating now? Because I'm hungry. I ain't ate since breakfast, and I'm hungry. I had a lot to do. So she'll make it all about her. All about her. She wouldn't give a fuck what's going on with you, sir. She could care fucking less. And she will show you. And this is how most women are. They could care less about how you feel, right? When they have no concern for you, you don't get these questions of how you doing. What was your day like? Oh, I'm sorry you had a rough day. How you feel? Is your mental capacity straight? Do you need to wind down? Do you need a glass of wine? You need to read a book? You need to watch your favorite TV show? You understand? You need to do, you know, soak your feet, whatever. Women who have no concern for you, fellas, you would never hear no shit like this, right? Never hear no shit like this from a woman because it's obvious. She's showing you who she really is, right? And she's not pretending. Fellas, you got to believe what they're presenting to you, what they're showing you initially. This is it, all right? It's not a gimmick, only if they're not interested in you, right? But if they trying to get some shit out you, this to be the total opposite. They'll show you all this shit to manipulate you, to you know, to get you out on dinner dates, for you to pay for dinner dates, for to get shit out you and use you for your time, your money. Not those women. We talking about these women right here, the ones that are not interested in you at all. Okay, this is what happens. So, number 10, fellas, she will use you for your money. yeah, yeah. And guess what? This probably one of the motherfuckers you can never get out on a date. You understand? There's also probably one of the motherfuckers that don't text and call you for a long gap period of time. Right? But it also could be reversed. There's the one who could call and text you. This is the one who could respond in a timely manner when you text her, right? Right? This also the one who could, hey, how was your day? Are you okay? Did you eat anything? You understand what I'm saying? Because if her objective is to use you for your money, and if she's smart enough, she has to know that, hey, I can't treat him like an asshole and expect for him to give me something in return, or I can't be a jackass and act like I have no regards to who this man is when I'm trying to get something out of him. Some of them don't give a damn. If you do it, you do it. You don't, you don't. They still gonna behave, you know, with that bitchy behavior, right? I said the behavior is bitchy, okay? And yeah, you would think she would be smart enough to know, hey, I gotta woo him. I got to, you know, say said things, right, to get in his graces if I'm planning to use this guy for some money, right? And yeah, so fellas, you gotta watch out, right? So obviously we want women to like us for us, right? And we want women to value us for us, right? That's a hard sell in today's dating market, fellas, with all this social media shit and this black empowerment of women, and now they get to the bag and they making all this money, and you know they can make their own decisions, and the way they want to live it's gonna be hard to break through that shit. Not that you would want to break through it, but it's gonna be hard for her to want to separate and relinquish some of that and give that up and let a guy come in and teach her and show her some things, right? And do that shit together. That's gonna be very difficult for some women, and very difficult for i.e. these women right here who show you that they're not interested in you. All right. And last but not least, fellas, she'll never, ever talk about you positively to her friends. Never. What she will say, hey, you know what I'm saying, Chris, girl, let me tell you, he be tricking, girl. He got it like that, and I'm gonna try to get how much I can. He want to take me on a trip, and I'm playing hard to get, like I really don't want to go, but he keep making the pie sweet. He say he'll pay for everything. He'll pay for my plane ticket. He'll pay for my spot on a cruise. He say he'll buy me an outfit. He'll buy me some clothes. He'll give me some spending money and all that. Yeah. That's what she will say and speak to her girlfriends or her friends about you. And that's not positive, guy, because she view you as a walking fucking wallet, a walking ATM. And this is a woman who has no respect for you. Not an ounce of respect for you. Not enough to, when she speak to her friends about you, she just associate your name with things, stuff, services that you could provide. Not if you're a sweet guy, not if you're smart, not if you're intelligent, not if you could dress, not if you're a man with a good heart, you're respectful. You know, she don't give a fuck about none of that. And you got to watch that. And this is also the woman who wants to negotiate everything. So if you do something for her, it's going to cost you monetarily. All right. You could never. It would this the kind of girl it would feel like a transaction with. All right. You want to get her out on a cruise? Sure, that's mine. It's gonna cost you, and this how it's gonna start. Hey, she might slide you a bill or two. Right? She might say she needs some pocket money. She might need some gas money. Now, mind you, all this shit is on top of what you want to do for her as far as, you know, having some time to spend with her and being in her company, right? And or accompany you on a trip or on a date night or whatever shit she got going on, right? Yeah, fellas. So be on the lookout for these women, fellas. And again, I'm not saying all, because I know that if I speak on here and say something, you people have the tendency to react as if I said all women. I didn't say all women, okay? That's not what I said. Most women, all right? When they are not interested in you, these are some of the ways and behavior they show you that they're not interested in you. We do have a small sector of people who are not, small sector of women who are not interested in you, and they do the exact opposite. They be like, no, I'm good, or at least they'll lie, you know, for the, hey, no, I got a guy, I got a man already, I'm married, I'm already in a serious relationship. Them the women, you know, obviously that the men prefer, that won't waste your time and won't let you waste theirs, right? They'll nip that shit right in the bud. Nah, we good over here. You know, we straight. Don't worry about that. We good. So, fellas, stay sharp. Keep your mind and your eyes open. And we'll see y'all on the next podcast. Or run your mouth.